The Out of Bounds Show podcast is brought to you by Live Oaks Golf Club and Roosevelt's at Live Oaks. Whether you're in the mood for a hot lunch or you want to go play a quick 18 with a cold beer, the only choice is Live Oaks Golf Club and Roosevelt at Live Oaks on Highway 49 North.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
You ready?
Let's go! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now live in the Bank Plus studio, where college football meets the all lifestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds, streaming around the world live at the Out of Bounds radio app and on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
where are you?
The Zone.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Welcome in. Good morning. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. You can watch the show on YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. And we want to welcome in promoter, businessman, Richard Greenlee,
Out there.
joining us in the Bank Plus studio. Richard, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Bo. How you doing today?
Well, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
We got some good news yesterday from Governor Tate Reeves opening up the state a little bit more, which is great for Mississippi State and Ole Miss baseball. It's great for festivals, and it's great for live music. You joined us last fall. You threw an event, a great music event that was sold out at the beautiful Renaissance in the
Yes.
green space, and
Yes.
now you're lined up to do how many events this 2021?
We're going to do four, minimum of four this season. Our first one is April 24th. It's on the books. All day music out there. Gates are at 1 o'clock. Music from 2:30 until 5 bands. That's the first one we have on the books. We're going to do three more. We're working on dates, and with COVID and bands and routing, it's tough. You're trying to. Everybody's got schedules and movement, and dates come in and out, and bands come in and out. So we'll get there.
That's awesome. So April 24th is your next concert,
It is.
kicking off your 2021 concert series at the Renaissance.
Yes, it's the Twilight Concerts at Renaissance.
I love the model, by the way.
awesome. It's great.
You saw it. Whatever. The bottom line is you put together what I think is a model that's even going to stay even after COVID.
It is. This was designed. I kind of looked at Live at the Garden in Memphis, what they've done up there for 18 years. It's all 8 top tables. You buy a table for the season. Very high end VIP. Centric production. So we're going to keep the pod or table model.
Yeah.
Now, how many people you pack in there, what you do going forward is a different story, but we're going to keep that. It works well in that space.
Yeah. All right. So April 24th, live music. People are craving
It's unbelievable.
live music with what's happened the last 12 months. So live music, and you said it starts at 2:30 that day?
Gates are at 1. Music starts at 2:30. You have 5 bands. I'll go over those.
Yeah.
whenever-
Let's slow. All right.
Yeah.
What's the first band?
The Vamps, local group right here out of Jackson.
Okay.
I went to high school. with some of
Great
those guys.
following.
Great following, local following. Second, we've got Cedric Burnside Project.
An absolute star,
Yes.
and kind of star in the making, but the guy's from North Mississippi.
Yep.
He has been recognized by the Recording Academy and the Grammys and so on. This guy is off the charts talented.
It's awesome. We got it's going to be a great day.
So Cedric Burnside is the second act.
He is. Then we follow with someone that may not be known to everybody, but he is insane. I've seen him so many times. Brandon Taz Needlemeyer, 17-year-old kid. He got his start at Ellen DeGeneres show when he was 10 years old. He's played on stage with, you name it, he's played with them.
Okay.
He is the kid wonder. He it really is. Watching him play guitar, it's just nothing like it.
So just an absolute freak.
Oh, he'll get on stage with everybody up there. When I go to a festival and see him, he'll get on stage with Tedeschi. Every band's there wants him on stage to play with them. Every one of them.
And he's 17.
He's 17 now.
That's unreal.
He just played the national anthem in front of the AFC Championship game.
That's right.
That was
you
him.
told me that. So, Blake, that was the Chiefs and why am I drawing a blank?
Oh, gosh. Now you can put
Well,
me
you're
on the
fired.
spot.
All right.
Yeah.
Richard Greenlee on the Out of Bounds Show.
I'm thinking about music. I'm sorry.
ESPN 105.9 The Zone. All right, give us the keep going through the schedule on
Next
April 24th.
G Love and the Juice.
I love that.
Formerly G Love and Special Sauce, but now they have a new album called The Juice. They've recorded with, Kev Moe plays on there, Marcus King plays on there. So they're a lot of people. You should play for Widespread all the time, warm up for Widespread Panic. So they're great. And follow that.
No, I'm just kidding.
And following up is the Almond Betts Band.
Yeah.
Tell
Tell our listeners about this. This is cool.
Yeah, it's all the it's Devin Almond, who's Greg Almond and Cher's son. Dickie Bett's son's the drummer, and it's basically all the sons of the Almond Brothers band. Oh. So have all played with them before.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
How old is give or take? How old is Cher's son, who you just referenced?
Devin, I don't even really know. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, can you imagine Cher being your mom?
Yeah.
And all
Greg
your friends want to go
yeah.
out with your mom?
Yeah.
No. Unbelievable.
But they're great. They have their own music. They're great. They also play a lot of Almond Brothers songs.
Sure.
You can't tell the difference. It's going to be a great day.
All right, roll through it real quick again.
Okay.
Start to finish.
The Vamps, local
Okay.
group, big following. Cedric Burnside Project.
Love it.
Brandon Taz.
17 years old.
Just go call him Taz.
Okay.
Yeah. G Love and the Juice.
That's Blake Scott's new nickname.
Great name.
Go ahead.
Great name.
And the Almond Betts Band.
All right. And all right, let's go back to how much time do I have here? We got time. Let's go back to the model.
Yes.
Because I just think when you called me last year, I love this. It's a more intimate, it's a more boutique VIP experience for the music aficionado buff. All right. So tell us, one, when are tickets going on sale and where they can get them, and then talk about the food and the beverage and kind of the experience.
Sure. Let's start with tickets. We announced yesterday tickets go on sale to the public at 10 a.m. on Friday morning.
Okay.
On ardenland.net.
Okay.
You can get the link from there and go straight to Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster is our ticketing group. And the model is, like I said, when I called you, we've been trying to do some live music out at Renaissance, and the guys out there are great partners, Andrew Matisse and everybody out there at Renaissance. We created a very, very high-end model on the grassy spot out in front of Kate.
Yeah.
And we want it to be, there are no porta potties. They're all the air-conditioned heated porta johns.
Yeah.
All pods.
Like the real nice ones at PGA tournaments.
Oh, they're nicer than my bathroom at home. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We have plenty of food and beverage. We have a VIP section up front, about 47 tables. You get table service at your table. You be able to choose from local. Kate's going to be there. Nuke's going to be there. Talk to Kessler Prom, possibly about being there. But you can choose.
We'll go ahead and put Scott on the spot. Go ahead, Richard.
I take that back, Scott. I know we talked last night. Anyway, yeah, and so it's great. We also have a new super VIP. It's called the Kate Experience. We're putting 12 to 15 tables inside the venue right in front of Kate Restaurant, and you'll be fully served by Kate as if you were full menu as you were sitting in there. White tablecloth, silverware, private bar, food and beverage.
That's
just like
cool.
you're sitting, you can order appetizers, you can order fillets and redfish, whatever you want to do. So it's a really new experience.
Is that
Tell me again where you can get tickets on Friday at 10 a.m.?
Ardenland.net.
Ardenland.net. Ardenland, A-R-D-E-N. Ardenland.net.
You're booking us the super VIP experience, right?
Yeah,
Ben?
actually, if you want I have sponsored tables available. If you want to buy a
there you
Kate
go,
table or the one up front, you can contact me directly at my email, which I'll give to you.
You go ahead and give that.
It's Richard. It's Richard at, here we go. It's Wratchet Entertainment. And that's spelled with a W. WRATCHET entertainment.com.
Got it. Richard at ratchetentertainment.com. Blake, you got a question?
No, that was it. I just want to make sure that you get us a VIP table so we
will
can
get you
get
taken
fed.
care
And,
You're
go to
always trying to get VIP'd
well, I'm a very important person.
through me.
I'm a very important person.
Well, no, you ride my coattails to really cool stuff.
But people need to understand the coattails couldn't go forward if I wasn't pushing these buttons over here.
All right, we got another minute here with Richard Greenlee on the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Richard?
Yeah, one thing I want to say, like I said, I modeled this after kind of Live at the Garden, which is a social experience. It's like being at the skyboxes or suites at State or Ole Miss.
Exactly.
And so the music's great. We're going to play great music, but the music's kind of secondary to the social event because it'd be like, here's my table, here's your table, you're back and forth between tables, you're socializing.
Right. Well, you can hang out with more people.
And it's really a social event. It's the experience we're selling. It's not as much the band as the experience.
Yes. That's what we're all trying to do. It's the experience you're selling.
Yes.
Ardenland.net on Friday, April 24th, 1st of 4 at the Renaissance. Now, if you're looking for some VIP tables, then you can get in touch with Richard directly. Richard at ratchetentertainment.com.
And that's the WRATCHET.
Richard at ratchetentertainment.com. Tickets go on sale Friday. Ardenland.net. That's Ardenland.net. Great lineup of talented musicians. And as Richard said, They're selling the whole experience at the Renaissance, April 24th. Ardenland.net. Richard, thanks. We'll do it again.
Yes, we could not do this without all our sponsors. I did not name them today, but they're all over our social media and everything else. Could not have done it without them.
Back in a minute. All right, that's April 24th at the Renaissance. Big time music day night. And Richard Greenlee wanted to let you know also that you'll have SEC baseball on at the Renaissance.
Say what?
Yeah, so it's this new model, VIP, selling an experience with great live music. They're doing it throughout the country. Smart play here by Richard and his team. And the tickets go on sale, ardenland.net, on Friday at 10 a.m. If you want to get in touch with Richard one-on-one or direct for VIP tables, you want to go to Richard at wratchetentertainment.com, and that's Ratchet with a W. Wratchetentertainment.com. All right, Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Pete Lavin, M Braves general manager, will join us in the next segment. We'll talk a little baseball. Dogs, Golden Eagles tonight at M Braves ballpark, and then the M Braves will have their season, thank goodness, this year. And I want to say the first home game's May 4th, but Pete will give us some more details on that. So you can, nachos, peanuts, Dr. Pepper, cold beer, baseball, sunshine, all the things that we love. Hey, the Out of Bounds show is brought to you by Acoustic Wave Treatment Center. If Viagra and Cialis have let you down, well, think again. If you suffer from ED, you want to go to Acoustic Wave Treatment Center in Ridgeland. That's acousticwavems.com. Acoustic Wave Treatment Center in Ridgeland. If Viagra and or Cialis have let you down. If you think your best days are behind you, think again. Acoustic Wave Treatment Center in Ridgeland. We were talking about Urban Meyer. That's always a name that Blake, people, he's polarized. People either like him or they're like, I guess, he's had some issues over the years.
Yeah. That's a nice way to say it.
He's also off the charts talented as far as running a college football program. Here's the question. Now that Urban Meyer is the new head football coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars, can he make this happen at the NFL level as they're going to pick Trevor Lawrence with the number one pick in the NFL draft?
Here's the problem. Even with Trevor Lawrence, that's a tough. You're talking about a program that went, or a franchise that went 1-15 last year.
Right.
They sold off over the last two seasons most of the pieces, if not all, of the majority of pieces or major pieces that were a part of the team that made a run into the playoffs like 3 years ago. So, even with Trevor Lawrence, man, I mean, we've seen this before. Peyton Manning got to the Colts in their first season. They were hot garbage.
Right.
He threw like an NFL record, like 30-something interceptions that season. Like, just getting the QB is not, it takes a few more pieces around that.
But in the NFL, the one thing that you can do, even though it's all set up for everybody to go 8-8, Blake, is because you can add so much personnel in the offseason, you can go from 1-15 to 6-10 or 7-9 pretty quick.
But Urban hasn't lost 10 games in like 6 seasons in his career.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the guy averages like a loss and a half a season or something like that. Right? Like maybe 2 losses a season if you go all the way back to Bowling Green. Like, the guy doesn't lose. And he's talked about that. He's talked about how hard it is for him to lose. And part of his baggage is off the field, and part of it is on the field, how he handled the stress and, health management of both winning and losing at an elite level.
Right.
I mean, how's that going to play?
That's what's going to be so much fun.
Like, let me ask you this question.
Growing up, starting to coach with what people believe is this unbelievable NFL prospect at quarterback.
You are starting your hand with, in theory, the best ace of spades, unproven yet, but the best one that you could theoretically start with.
Now, let's point this out. He has played a lot of college football. I mean,
a ton.
He's played. He's not one of those. You want to stay away from the one-hit wonders.
Trubisky, who's played 11 games or 12 games.
Mac Jones. I mean, Mac hasn't played that much college football.
Ooh.
Trevor goes over that 30
Correct.
start number.
Yeah,
Blake,
because he's playing like 15 a season.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So he started his freshman, sophomore, and junior year.
So you feel like this is a much more confident Andrew Luck style pick than maybe a Ryan Leaf, where he's a bona fide first pick and it may not be what you think it is.
Eli Manning started for 3 years. Dak Prescott started for almost 3 years.
Yep.
Okay. Peyton, you just mentioned Peyton. Peyton started from his true freshman year and actually stayed his senior season.
That's correct.
I was there his first game when he entered in. It was a few games in at Scott Field in 1994.
It never looked
back.
Yeah.
So I guess my point is, you're talking about guys that not only eclipse the 30 starts, 35 starts, that type deal.
Yep.
So you've been there and done that. You've had some bad games in college, and you've had some really big moments. And I do think that that's more valuable than Mac Jones or Mitchell Trubisky and some of the other guys that didn't play as much.
No, I'm with you, and I think Trevor Lawrence will be good. I just wonder what we do. This is sports, right? We do this with every kid that comes out that has any type of hype. We then triple hype them. I mean, Shea Patterson had 3 Heisman trophies on his mantle before he even suited up in the red and blue in Oxford, right? This is what we do. So
Shea Patterson?
Yeah, the Savior. So I just wonder, like, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is that level of not going to hit what he's going to be, but if he's not God's gift to NFL quarterbacking, how does that affect Urban Meyer's longevity? Is Urban going to lose for 3 seasons? Is he willing to go under 500 for 3 seasons, facing a 4th season of like, okay, where are we?
No.
That's my question.
But I think you can make a big jump from year 1 to year 2.
So right now, without knowing,
like you said, it will be a learning curve for Urban, not football, just the way the NFL is structured.
And there's a little bit of coaching difference. I mean, there are strategically different decisions that you make.
But I think you could win, a handful of games in year 1, but then you can make that jump to get a wild card.
Yeah.
In year 2, John Middlecoff, the former 49er scout who now is in the Bay Area sports, he made the point that he said, I just have confidence in thinking that Urban can win a few games year 1 and make a jump year 2 and grab a wild card spot.
So right now, if I made you put $100 at Golden Moon Casino, the sportsbook, are you saying yes, the Jaguars make the playoffs within the first 2 seasons of Urban Meyer, or no, the Jaguars do not make the playoffs within the first 2 seasons?
Yes, I would say yes, year 2 wild card.
Okay, and the AFC is, while incredibly difficult in some areas, that division, I mean, I think you can make a play out of that division. It's the weakest.
The Colts are rolling. I mean, they've got the right general manager, and they feel like they've got the right coach.
Their defense is stout.
Now, I don't know what Carson Wentz is going to be there.
Exactly.
Now, Ryan Tannehill's future with A.J. Brown and Jeffrey Simmons and Derrick Henry, I just don't know. But it sure looks like to me Vrabel is really good at what he does.
Yes, but how many more years can Derrick Henry lead that ship, right?
Yeah. 1, maybe 2. And then Houston is Houston.
They're abject dumpster fire. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who.
So, like, the Colts defensively are great, and their front office is great, but Carson Wentz has to show me first.
Yeah, no
right?
doubt.
And then, like you said, Derrick Henry. What's Derrick Henry going to be in 2 seasons? That's they're not winning games because of Ryan Tannehill. They're winning with Ryan Tannehill, but not because of Ryan Tannehill.
They're winning because Vrabel is so good, and that defense can get you.
Yeah. And they have just enough playmakeability in Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. Both guys can score from the 10-yard line on your side of the field and the 10-yard line on their side of the field.
That's right. Yeah, the Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by Acoustic Wave Treatment Center. If Viagra and Cialis have let you down and you think your best days are behind you, think again. Acoustic Wave Treatment Center. You suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, Acoustic Wave Treatment Center. How about this, guys? No pain, needle, surgery, or medications. They're using the acoustic energy waves, the latest proven treatment AcousticWaveMS.com, Acoustic Wave Treatment Center in Ridgeland. The Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone. Don't forget about the podcast, Apple Podcast. Search the Out of Bounds Show. Back in a minute with Pete Lavin, M Braves.
Is this thing working? Give me some sound over here. Yeah.
The Out of Bounds Show is powered by the award-winning golf courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
All right, SEC Insider Hit this morning is brought to you by Mississippi Ag. Ag up with your next John Deere lawnmower. John Deere Lawnmowers, Mississippi Ag, 2 locations. Canton and Pearl in the metro area, 16 total. Mississippi Ag. John Deere Lawnmowers, John Deere Tractors. Great group of folks. AgUp.com. 16 locations. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Big game tonight at the M Braves ballpark in Pearl, Mississippi State and Southern Miss. And then good news that the M Braves will have their season this year. And I think they kick it off around May 4th, but we'll know more here in just a second. We want to welcome in Pete Lavin, general manager of the M Braves. He joins us on the Shinerbach guest line. Pete, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Bro, good to hear from you, man. How are you?
Well, we're doing great. Good news yesterday from the governor. And so y'all opened it up another 1,500 tickets for tonight's game yesterday. Did they all sell out, or there's still some available?
I think there may have still been some available when I left the office a little bit ago, but they're going quick. But we're happy to be able to, provide a few more tickets. We'll be up around 50% capacity tonight, and I imagine, we'll be over 3,000, 3,400 tonight. Probably one of the largest crowds to see a college baseball game this year, maybe. Besides the Globe Life weekend. So,
and by the time the M Braves now walk me through this, Pete. The M Braves season at home, at least, will start May 4th or somewhere around there.
Exactly. Yeah, Tuesday, May 4th. We open up against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, 6:35 p.m. We're going to have 60 home games, 120-game season. The schedule's a little different this year, which I kind of like. There's no Monday games. Mondays are off, and then you play 6-game series, Tuesday through Sunday, home and road. So players are going to love it, just having that built-in off day on Mondays. And, that was kind of the goal with the new partnership with MLB, is just the health and wellness for the players, better travel and more off days and so on.
That's great. All right, so every Monday off, 6-game series, Tuesday through Sunday, and the M Braves will kick it off in Pearl May 4th. We're visiting with Pete Lavin, general manager of the Mississippi Braves, M Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves. I bet you were happy when the news came down that y'all were going to have not only a season, but a 120-game season, Pete.
Yeah, it was, we were anticipating the announcement. There was a lot of back and forth with MLB, whether, their regular season when it was going to start on time and if spring training was going to start on time. So once we knew that, they then decided to kind of stagger spring training since, all the affiliates train at the same complex in Northport, Florida. So they started off with major leaguers and AAA, the 40-man roster guys. So about 75 players are there now. Just had their first home exhibition yesterday. And when they break for regular season, the AA, M Braves guys and the single A guys will go down and train for about a month, and then arrive in Pearl a couple days before May 4th.
That's awesome. Visiting with Pete Lavin, general manager of the M Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, and they'll kick off their season May 4th in Pearl, and they will play 60 home games. So we're talking nachos, cold beer, all kinds of family fun or clients fun, and beautiful ballpark. They're hosting, obviously, Mississippi State and Southern Miss tonight, and you'll want to look into everything that they're doing for the season. M Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, and Pete Lavin joins us on the Shinerbach guest line. Now, Pete, you were able to witness up close, how good my arm is when I threw out the first pitch, not this last year, but the year before. And so is everything in the works for me to throw BP to Ronald Acuna at some point during spring training?
Man, I don't know. I mean, that was like 2 years ago, so we'll have to get another look at you probably. I mean, we're talking like, what was that, April 2019?
Yes.
I don't know, Blake, if
yes.
you can, see him make a couple throws in studio and get back to me.
Look, I just want to know if that ballpark has ever seen a 57 mile per hour left-hander throw whatever kind of change-up pitch to the. I mean, do you think that ballpark has ever experienced that moment before, Pete?
No, I mean there was a good buzz about it. Pretty much, I'd say through August of that year. Is he going to come back? I'm like, no, I think he's up in one of the suites drinking a beer right now.
Yeah. What created more minor league buzz? Bo's curveball or Tim Tebow?
Right.
Oh man, come on.
I mean, if we can get him to put down the helmet nachos, maybe.
I am not putting down the helmet nachos.
So
I hope y'all come back with those. I don't know if y'all, are you? Do you think those will be offered at the ballpark this year, Pete?
They're not going anywhere. There's even talk of walking tacos.
Oh,
so more to come on that. But it's basically going to be a Ziploc bag of either Cool Ranch or nacho cheese Doritos, where they'll put the hot toppings on the Ziploc bag in the concession stand and give you a fork, and then it's all up to you.
Okay, I'm loving this. We're visiting with Pete Lavin, and we're talking beer and really good ballpark food as we get ready for the M Braves season. We've told you about the helmet nachos, which are out of this world, and you can add like 15 toppings on it, and they're great with either a Dr. Pepper or a cold Coors Light. But they're obviously continuing to add to their F&B offerings, so we're excited about that. Pete Lavin on the Shinerbach guest line. Now, Pete, what about you and your team, Chris Harris and that crew, were kind enough to allow us to have some players in the studio 2 years ago. One of them being Drew Waters, who I thought was fantastic. He was you and Drew were part of our Stacking Racks Ribs Challenge, where y'all tore into some good food and judged and so on. What's the latest on our man Drew Waters, who is considered a top 5 prospect within the Atlanta Braves organization?
Drew's trajectory is really still very high. Unfortunately with last year he was, looking to be slated for AAA, and, now he's in big league camp, of course, and he'll surely get a lot of time in the big league games, a lot of ABs, and, if I had to guess, he'd probably start the season in Gwinnett AAA due to, not having the season last year. But, after that, it'll just be his performance. He's still, as you said, one of the top prospects in all of baseball, and you'll be able to watch him on TV with the Atlanta Braves in the very near future.
Good. Man, I really enjoyed hanging out with him. We're talking about Drew Waters, outfielder for in the Atlanta Braves organization. He's from Georgia. It's kind of cool, homegrown kid, and drafted by the Braves, and at 19 or 20 was already with the M Braves 2 years ago, and as Pete just told us, he'll be with AAA and may have a shot to make the big league team in the next year or so, which is super exciting. He was respectful, fun, cool guy to hang around. Blake, who was the pitcher? Pete, do you remember who was the pitcher we had in? That dude was huge from Texas.
Yeah, Kyle Muller.
Yes,
Kyle Muller.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, he was a good dude too. He did a great job on the show. We'll have to grab a couple of more guys. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll do another. Why not? We'll do another eating contest. And
there you go.
Pete and another player can be can be a judge. Blake, is anything on your mind over there, Wildman?
Well, yeah. With you guys doing your not full, but like having a real season and everything like that, what are you anticipating being able to do other events or things around, in the park and do? I know y'all have done other things around the baseball season,
like Target Golf. They just announced.
So like you guys are going to be able to do more stuff in the stadium too this season, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll never say there's anything good about the pandemic or the lost 2020 season, but we did have to get kind of creative and learn how to do some other things. And like you mentioned, the Target Golf, presented by Edwin Watts Golf, is coming back for the 4 straight Thirsty Thursdays in March. We're going to do the Target Golf from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Thirsty Thursday beer prices and hot dogs in the picnic pavilion. We had no idea what we were doing when we did it in October, and people loved it. And, we decided we have to bring this back. And with the season being pushed back a few weeks, it's no better time. We decided after this college game, we'll bring back some Target Golf. The weather should be great through March and the first week of April. So we're going to do that. And then, I love the fact that you guys were talking baseball, live music today. We'd love to, have another big concert at our place once the tours get up and running again.
Yes, yes.
Mix that in with our season. We're year-round venue, so just beyond the 60 games, we want to, offer, the community some options to come out and have fun.
Super cool. All right, let me let our listeners know this. So this is what Pete's referencing. Target Golf returns to the M Braves ballpark March 11th and March 18th, March 25th, and April 1st, presented by Edwin Watts Golf Shop. All right. And it is a super cool, unique golfing experience, 9-hole target style course, great for golfers of all ability levels, with the tee boxes up on elevated platforms.
That's so awesome.
This is where it gets cool. Beneath their giant scoreboard in the left field, and then you aim for targets to win prizes from the M Braves, from Edwin Watts Golf Shop, Bass Pro, Waffle House, and all sorts of other partners that the M Braves. It was very, very successful, and you'll want to check that out so that you can jump in once again. So Target Golf is back at the M Braves ballpark March 11th, 18th, 25th, and April 1st. Blake?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool.
I guess I somehow missed that during October. I guess we were still doing football, so I was probably locked into football. But that's
well, Dak Prescott got injured, and you lost your mind. Yeah. So it's okay that you missed that.
Yeah, I was irate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dark fall for me.
I understand.
Yeah, Blake, one of the holes has a big inflatable donut around the pin, so if you hit the donut, you win a dozen from the donut factory. So
I'm out. I'm there.
Take that all game.
I'm there. I may just throw it at it, but I'll get it.
Oh, Target Golf. Target Golf out at the M Braves ballpark, presented by Edwin Watts Golf Shop. Golfers of all ages and abilities will be able to experience golf like never before. Also want to make sure you know that the M Braves will have 60 home games, all kinds of options for season tickets, grabbing a suite, birthday parties, celebrating and thanking your clients or your employees. Pete and their team have all sorts of options in and around the ballpark that you can rent. Plus, every seat in the stadium is great. Every single chair back, you're right there. So we're excited. They're going to do some college baseball. They're going to do the Target Golf and 60 home games out in Pearl. AA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. You know all the awesome players that have gone through the M Braves team to get to Atlanta, including Acuna, among many, and hopefully Drew Waters and so on. Blake, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, Brett, I know that you guys didn't get the Governor's Cup like you thought you were, or not maybe thought, but like how it normally goes, Pete. So how important was it to be able to at least get some college baseball at the park this season, given that's kind of been a staple of y'all's over the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, we're real happy we're getting this game in tonight, especially since, it got pushed back a day because of the weather. But, like you said, so many of our fans, it's kind of the prelude to our season, It's the anticipation of our opening day, and the Governor's Cup, of course, is always the biggest crowd all season long. And to be off, so many Southern Miss and Mississippi State fans in this region, and that's all they've been talking about for 2 weeks, that combined with the release of our schedule. And we're super happy to get this game in tonight. And it should be a lot of fun. Just a lot of people that haven't been able to watch live baseball in the Jackson metro area in so long.
Sure. All right. Hey, Pete, tell people where they can go to find out more about the M Braves, whether it's season tickets, renting a suite, the other areas that you can rent, clients, employees, birthday parties, and so on.
Just go to our website, MississippiBraves.com, and sign up for our new e-newsletter. Chris Harris does a great job of sending out. It's called the Smoke Signals, and he's sending out something, almost twice a week nowadays with, anywhere from updates on the college game to, our season, to things like Target Golf and our party areas, the COVID protocols you can expect when our season starts, and so on. So get that, and the information will come right to you. And check out our Facebook page as well.
All right, so MississippiBraves.com, and you can find them on Facebook, Mississippi Braves. They'll have 60 home games, nachos, cold beer, Dr. Pepper, really good baseball in a beautiful venue and stadium. And don't forget about Target Golf. I mean, that's right around the corner. It's already March 3rd or something. Yeah. So that's March 11th. Okay, week from Thursday. There we go. March 11th, 18th, 25th, April 1. Target Golf out at the M Braves ballpark in Pearl, presented by Edwin Watts Golf. Pete Lavin, general manager of the Mississippi Braves, AA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, on the Shiner Bach guest line. Pete, we'll see you a little bit later today, and I know that we'll do this throughout the season. Thanks so much for your time. Be good, bud.
Yeah, thanks a lot. See you tonight.
Thanks, Pete. Pete Lavin, general manager, Mississippi Braves, AA affiliate for the Atlanta Braves, kicking off Target Golf March 11th, MississippiBraves.com. And then you got Mississippi State and Southern Miss tonight at 6 o'clock in Pearl. 6 o'clock in Pearl. Dogs, Golden Eagles.
Just saw a tweet that said 8 minutes ago they had 50 tickets left. I don't know how much that's changed in the last 8 minutes,
right.
But I would guess if you haven't called now, you might be running out of time.
Okay, so it'll be a sellout for the tickets that are provided.
And 50% is close to it's going to be in 3 and change, because I think the most that they've ever done is 7 and change. So I would think 3 and change would be the 50% capacity.
So 3,500, give or take.
Yeah,
good.
That'll
be a great crowd tonight for Southern Miss, who has an outstanding program, and Scott Berry, and then
all the pressure on Mississippi State, right?
No question. I mean, this is Southern Miss. Look, I mean, this is a World Series type game, other than them going to regionals, and they don't just want it; they want it bad, because anytime they play Mississippi State and Ole Miss, it's a big deal.
Yeah, because right or wrong, those kids on the Southern team probably feel slighted.
Yeah,
whether they were or weren't is irrelevant. It's it's the chip on the shoulder mentality,
and they know a lot of these guys. They played ball against them, and they've gotten hits off of them in junior.
Exactly.
Junior high baseball isn't really a junior, but in travel ball at some point, or high school baseball. Yep. And so you damn right they're ready to roll. So it should be a heck of a time tonight. We know what Governor Reeves did, opening up the state even more, which is super exciting for all events and festivals, right? I mean, think about it. all the festivals that are thrown around the state of Mississippi. You know? I mean, the arts festivals, music festivals, charity festivals. The list goes on and on.
It should be great for the spring weekends, right? That we talk about, like Super Bowl weekend and Double Decker and all those for State and Ole Miss.
Juke Joint Festival in Clarksdale and all the other fun stuff that the local communities throw and thrive on as far as small businesses. Very, very exciting. All right, let's switch gears one more time here, Blake, as we wrap up the show. I thought Brad Henderson, we've never had him on. His first year was last year, but that was cut short as the Ole Miss color analyst in baseball. And he did 17 games, and now he's back in his second year, kind of. And he was a phenomenal player at Ole Miss, and you can tell he's having a good time. So Brad Henderson is the voice, not the voice. He's the Ole Miss baseball color analyst. That was cool. That was fun. It was a good interview, and he was able to tell you a little bit about the team, Clement, Lafferty, kind of their personalities, Bianco, and so on. And then, drop some Tim Elko. We didn't get into Hoagland, Nikhazy, and Diamond, but we will as we have Brad Henderson on throughout the year. They play Jackson State today, but that was fun. If you missed the Brad Henderson interview, two-time All-SEC baseball player at Ole Miss, go to Apple Podcasts and search the Out of Bounds Show. Our podcast is also on Spotify and Podbean, and it's on the Out of Bounds radio app. So it's everywhere. You can also watch the interview on Facebook. Search the Out of Bounds Show because we were rolling the webcast and the cameras. YouTube is Out of Bounds Sports. Facebook is the Out of Bounds Show. And Apple Podcast is the Out of Bounds Show. Thank you so much, by the way, for going back and listening to when y'all do whether you're on the treadmill, whether you're traveling as a salesman, you're walking in your neighborhood, you're working out at the Madison Healthplex. Thanks for going back, listening to the show. Sometimes we're doing some serious breaking down sports, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's a bunch of nonsense and a little bit of everything in between. But we appreciate you hitting the podcast. Our numbers continue to grow, and we had a monster 2020. And the app was actually absolutely torched in 2020, and we just redid it again, actually, added to it. So you'll need to go back and upgrade it. What's it called? Is it upgrade?
Just update. Yeah.
Update it.
Yeah.
Update the app, within your little settings and Apple app, or if you're a nerd like Blake, you can be in your are we on Google Play or something? Okay.
Any non-Apple usually uses Google
Android,
Play.
Google Play, whatever it's called.
Yep, it's the same thing. Is there a better gig than getting to play at an SEC school and then turn around and be the color guy? I mean, if Brad handles this right, he can have that job for the rest of his life.
Sure.
That's a good gig, getting to watch your alma mater play baseball and get paid to do it.
He made a good point. It's even better when you're a top 10 team.
Facts.
These two teams are loaded.
Yes.
And
not a lot of blowouts going against you when you're doing that job.
It's just either fringe or legitimate Major League Baseball prospects everywhere on the roster, and that's pretty cool. Enjoy Mississippi State, Southern Miss tonight, Ole Miss, Jackson State in baseball. Please hit the podcast. We'd love for you to subscribe. Apple Podcasts, search the Out of Bounds Show. We'd love for you to go to our YouTube page. We're really getting into that. YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Facebook page, search the Out of Bounds Show. Instagram, @Bo_Bounds. And Twitter, @BoBounds. All right. Good show today. For Blake Mania, I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Thanks for listening to the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road. Hey, don't forget about lunch at Live Oaks at Roosevelt's. That Philly cheesesteak sandwich at Roosevelt's. Live Oaks Golf Club. Their cheeseburger and wings are delicious, too. Roosevelt's at Live Oaks Golf Club.